Bam, we're live.
About time.
There is a position at CrossFit Inc. that is the highest position, the position of the most integrity, the most respected position of all, and it's called the CrossFit Red Shirt. The CrossFit Red Shirt are the people who teach the CrossFit Level 1. I would argue if you haven't taken your Level 1 that you're maybe not even a full-blooded CrossFitter. It's been life-changing for me. It's been life-changing for 99.9%. Every 1,000 people who tell me it's life-changing, there's one person who says it's not. It's easy to go on the internet and find someone who says that these 2 days that you spend taking your CrossFit Level 1 are better than 4 years at getting a kinesiology degree from some big, great university.
From someone who has both, I can second that.
Spoken by Andrew Hiller.
Kinesiology degrees.
Are you trying to cancel? And I'm invoking emotional appeal here because I don't understand what Alex Parker is doing. I have no clue. I listened to her complaints. I have no clue. She's upset because he talked about a dude who had some cool hair dye, and because Chase doesn't want to live in Philly. Alex, nobody wants to live in Philly.
I talked to her on Instagram.
You've done something horrible in your past life if you live in Philly or San Francisco or Portland or Canada. You're trying to cancel a red shirt. You're trying to cancel a guy. You're trying to cancel a guy who was a CrossFit Games athlete in 2010. He went to the sectionals. He won every single event. First place in every single event. Went to the regionals 3 times. He went to the games. He's coached 2 regional teams. He's coached 4 regional teams. He's been on the regional teams twice. He coached a Masters Games athlete. He's been an affiliate owner for 9 years. Did I mention he was a fucking red shirt? He disseminates the DNA of this society, of this culture, of this lifestyle that saves people's lives. Have you done that? Were you on the team? I'm not sure. I know you were on the demo team. I don't know if you were a red shirt. I don't know what happens to red shirts who turn in other red shirts like that. Try to cancel them. He owned an affiliate for 9 years. He owns an affiliate. He was on seminar staff as an L1 guy. For 7 years, he went around and shared this knowledge. He has saved people's lives. I'd be willing to bet your life and your partner's life on it. He literally has pioneered how broadcasting is done for the CrossFit Games. Have you ever gone over to ESPN? You compared him to golf, like, fuck that. You compared him to golf analysts? Are you out of your fucking mind? Next, you're going to compare him to the Olympics? Hey, that doesn't invoke like, oh my God, he must be so wrong because he doesn't do it the way the golf guys do it. Please.
A couple of people don't know.
I mean, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry, say that again.
A couple of people don't know what you're talking about yet.
You can go over to her Instagram account. She's trying to cancel Chase. Hey, if you had any balls, if you had any integrity, any dignity, any pride, any self-worth, any caring, when you saw whatever he did that upset you because he said something about a city or about someone's hair color, you would have DM'd him in Instagram. He's so accessible. Only 15 people in the world listen to his podcast. You can just address him on his podcast.
Take him.
Thank you. I thought that was good too. Just why do you have to? Why would you start a petition
to fire him?
You know he's
Fucking
a dad
ridiculous.
and he has 2 kids.
We don't care about that. Only my opinion.
All we care about is that he says the right things on the nice TV show.
Yeah, fucking ridiculous.
You are invoking a mob to attack a guy. You know who else has done that, right? That's like witch hunt shit. You know that LGBTQ flag shouldn't tolerate that shit, right? You don't like something that someone says, so you invoke the mob to come after them. It's cowardice. It lacks integrity, lacks dignity. You have no soul. You have no heart. It's brutal. It doesn't matter what he said. Address him in his DMs first. Give him a fucking chance.
He said should too many times.
I did or he did?
He
He
did.
did.
Oh.
Allegedly.
That's
what
right. That was one of the complaints.
That's what I
This
gathered.
this woke bully crowd stuff will never be tolerated by anyone on this. Oh shoot! Did I send James a? I didn't send James Townsend a link.
I heard he's not showing up because his guy got beat by my guy,
Oh shit!
Oh.
Hold on.
Who was your guy? Who was your guy?
Anthony Davis,
Anthony Davis.
All right.
Fucking
AJ.
Oh shoot! Because I don't have him in my computer. I only have him in my phone. Damn it!
my pick shit the bed for me.
Right in front of my monologue. See, this shit never happens to real media.
All right. Well, I don't think a lot of people still know what's going on. So I think her name is Alex Parker, put out a post about Chase Ingram commentating on the CrossFit Games. And he's been doing so. And he's been doing this for a long time. And he has a lot to talk about. And I think a lot of people like to watch my YouTube channel because I come from a perspective of someone in like the Taylor Self type position. And for the most part, these people don't have time to do so. But Chase Ingram is a former CrossFit Games competitor, and Sevan just told us all about that. And she's saying,
And an affiliate owner, and an L1 shirt, and an L1 trainer, a red shirt.
all of those things, yeah. So he has a bunch of perspective to speak from, and if anybody should be commentating on the games, he should be doing so. And a lot of people don't understand how hard it is for people like him to do the things that he's doing and saying the things that he's saying as he's doing it live time. And I think he does a pretty damn good job, man. Everyone kind of hates on him, and they don't understand that he's got a balance.
No, I don't think a lot of people hate on him. I think it's a vocal minority.
I guess it's probably the vocal minority.
Yeah.
And I wrote it in the petition. So there's two petitions. Should we bring that up?
Break down the petition.
Yeah.
There's two petitions. There's the petitions that Alex made that they should bring. Sign. Go ahead. What's up?
Sorry. Yes. Just so you know, the cross that, and that's the only reason why I'm bringing this up, because CrossFit will fucking bend the knee to fucking idiocy like this.
Always.
And that's kind of where I did everything.
Run by this. Go ahead.
Is like we can't lose what Chase is part of the good one. I mean, he right? Would you guys argue anything differently?
Dude, he's given his life to it. I fought with Chase many times. Tons of people have fought with Chase. Just call him up and fight with him. He's he's just like, don't like start a petition to get the dude canceled. He's one of us. Like, is that what you would do to a family member? I mean, Alex, you're in this family. You and Meredith are in the family. Why are you doing that?
He's talked plenty of shit to me, so
yeah, he talks crazy shit. Yeah, he's talked a ton of shit to Hiller.
And I guess the only thing is like Tom Brady just signed a $375 million contract over the 10 years upon the exit of his NFL career. And it's because he can speak from experience, and nobody else is going to be able to speak from experience that they would possibly replace him with. And that's one of the biggest issues. And I think I've heard Sevan talk about that before too. It's like, do you want some random commentator come in and try to like guess what a pull-up looks like and try to commentate on it? That would be the worst case scenario.
Terrible.
Well, and that's the thing. When you can
Oh, shit.
intruder alert.
Anyway, okay. So here's the thing. Hiller started a link. I don't know why it's not pinned to the top up here, but it should be pinned up.
It is. It's pinned up. You just can't see it on this side. It is on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're good to go.
Thank you.
Yep.
So if you want to just, we're just doing it kind of, it's part of joke, but to build a wall, please go over there. Take 2 seconds to go over there, sign it. I just don't tolerate this. I don't want to cancel. I don't want to kick anyone off. I don't want to cancel Tommy or Sean or I don't want anyone. I don't want anyone to kick off. I don't want to kick off James Hobart. I'll tolerate him. And just to do that to a red shirt, it's just gross to me. Okay, we're having a guest on. Everyone be cool. Cool.
Nope.
Hey.
What's up, boys? How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm fucking annoyed. That's what I
Tell why they cut the ropes.
All
Someone
right,
sent the picture. They cut the ropes.
All right, now here's the deal.
Yeah.
If you're short, you're allowed to have a riser, right?
Yes.
But if you're 6'4", you have to fucking do pull-ups on a 92-inch bar where your feet hit the fucking ground every single rep.
I saw that.
You know what? At the end of the day, you try that. Set yourself up on a pull-up bar that you literally, your elbow goes up to, and try to do 72 butterfly pull-ups, okay? And see how your fitness looks. That's all I have to fucking say.
Hiller, does Mr. Kotler have a point?
I had a teammate back in the day who was 6'3", and the issue that we had was that everybody had the same distance bars. He had the issue that Justin's bringing up, which is that 1 is too short, and 2, when he's that tall and need to do synchro pull-ups, there's no room for both people. So yeah, and they've never taken into account the taller athletes. He's got
brutal,
a great
guys. I got to be honest with you, it's brutal. And Brent and I had a conversation, and Brent's been trying to get it changed. And last year, actually, at West Coast, they made a couple of concessions. They moved Matt's, who's right here, by the way, Matty. I don't know, Matty DeLugos.
The tall one.
Yeah, they moved his rings up 6 inches. Now, this afternoon's workout, he was hitting his feet on every rep in the rings. You can hear it skimming. Now they're at 96 inches, so at least it's tolerable. But these bars are at 92 inches, and he literally can't extend his hips. So when he's trying to, there's no kip, there's no leg whip. And by the end, he's just blown up in a workout that is so good for him. And so frustrated. I mean, you guys saw what he did in quarters with those power snatches. And he was in first place going to the fucking chest of bars. And I hate to be this guy. Like, it really bothers me.
I've never seen you like this, actually.
No, it's frustrating, man. But I'm going to stick up for my guys. I'm always going to stick up for my guys.
Fair.
And at the end of the day, it's just not cool. Like, it's not cool, you know? And that's what I'm saying. If you're vertically challenged, you get to have a riser. And in some cases, you get to have 2 risers. But when you're his height, you know, and so it's like, what do I say? You know what I mean? It's like, what do I say at the end of the workout? Because we practice on a short-ish bar, but I've never seen anything like what I just saw. And I got guys standing there. Shane Orr came up to me. He doesn't have skin in the game. Came up to me after the workout, was like, that is so fucked up what I just watched. Like, it would be so frustrating to have your feet hit the ground on every single rep. So,
but I'm going to ask you to explain why the body mechanics of it for those of us who are not as smart, don't understand kipping. Like, we still do strict pull-ups. But I want to ask Taylor something really quick, and JR and Hiller and Souza. If you guys can answer this, where else is there something comparable to this where they're inflexible with the equipment that height or weight or some body mechanics actually makes a difference? Is there anywhere else? Is there precedent anywhere else where this happens? How about let me ask you this: have they ever used a short bar and a snatch and it messes with the big guys? Has that ever happened?
No. They at regionals 2018, but I don't think it messed with the big guys. It was a light enough weight. I don't think there's anything. This is.
So this pull-up thing, because this has been going on forever, right?
Well, this is
since day one of CrossFit. It's either the rings or the bars. There's always been someone who's not too tall, but taller than what's ideal for the setup.
Well, the problem is what he's saying is that if they give someone like Colton the riser, then they got to make the concession for someone like Matt.
Absolutely.
If you don't give Colton the riser, he can't reach the fucking bar, and then he's DNF.
Correct. And there you go. But if Matt can't, if they're not going to raise the bar for him, they shouldn't give anyone a fucking riser. I mean, then you're leveling the playing field. If you have standardized bar heights and standardized ring heights, then you shouldn't allow risers if you're going to penalize the tall guys.
Hey, the place riots, though. You don't give Colton a riser, and the place riots. People people come out of stands.
That's probably true.
It's because no one loves your boy DeLugos that they didn't riot for it in Fikowski.
I mean, I do. You know.
All right. Well, and you're rioting, and you are rioting. So tell me what the mechanics are. That I mean, basically the feet hit the ground, right? He can't do.
Every single rep, his feet hit the ground, and also.
Hey, that sounds dangerous, actually.
Oh, it is fucking dangerous. There's no question. He's done that on a muscle up last year in warm-ups in West Coast, which is actually why they changed it. He hit the ground on a kip, and you could easily hurt yourself. You know what I mean? So it's. Man, guys, I mean, we can go on to a different topic, but I'm fired up because it just happened, and it was so frustrating to watch because it was one of those workouts. Listen, he's in 11th coming into the workout, and you're right in striking distance. You're 36 points from 8th place, which is last chance qualifier, and it's a workout he should be able to eat on, and you just, you got to deal with that, and it's just hard when it's not a level playing field. That's all I'm saying.
MLK 5240 says you can fuck your back.
Oh, yeah. You can fuck a lot of stuff. Hip flexors, back. You can hurt a knee. There's a lot of stuff. You'll break your fucking foot, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
About it.
Yeah.
I got a back that's been fucked for like 5 years straight. I don't like it at all. But not because my feet drag the ground on some pull-ups. How
What do you
easy is it
suggest
to
they
fix?
do, Justin?
Yeah, can they just unscrew the side and raise it? The pole. I mean, what did you see?
A raise. Am I still on?
Yeah, you're still on.
Yeah.
Yes.
What-
What's I think honestly, if they raised a bar 6 inches, and prior to the competition, Matt doesn't even
Could
care.
they have done that right then and there? Let me ask you that. Could they have just done that? Was there a place where they could just unscrew a couple bolts and do it?
They can do it so easily. It takes 5 seconds.
The rings are clipped too.
It literally takes 5 seconds.
Hey,
You know what I
Justin. Hey, Justin. They can give Danielle Brandon her own fucking lane for some fucking mystery virus that no one's ever seen, but they can't fucking raise the bar for this fucking dude.
There you go.
Oh, I'm glad I thought of that. I'd have been angry if I was in bed tonight and didn't get that. I realized I didn't get that in.
That was great.
Nailed it.
Crazy. What do they say? What do they say? Are they compassionate? Are they nice? Does Justin Berg even listen to you, or is it just like, is it the same nonsense we hear him do in the
It's the same. So far it's been the same nonsense.
Yeah, it's just words falling out of his mouth. I can't even understand what they mean.
It's just they don't really listen. You know.
I want to ask your opinion on what we see happening, what we saw happen to Chandler, Fikowski, and not to quite the extent Travis Mayer, but not in this last workout, but 2 workouts ago. We saw Travis not do nearly as well as like anyone would have thought he'd done. We saw Fikowski have trouble exiting the stadium. And we saw we heard that Chandler Smith needed medical assistance getting off the field. What it was that the workout, the heat? Can you give us any ideas?
It definitely wasn't the heat. It's not hot here, guys.
Okay.
No, it's not the heat. I think it was a bit of the workout, and possible. I mean, I don't know. It could be nerves. It could be hydration. It could be nutrition. Who knows? I mean, I'm not in those guys' camp, but Chandler definitely wasn't right. Like you could see it. He was pretty fucked up. Actually reminded me a little bit of what Ricky went through. And for Ricky, it was because he was vomiting all morning and wasn't able to keep any nutrition and literally vomited everything out like 20 minutes before that first workout. But that's what it looked like to me on Chandler. Fikowski looks okay. I mean, he looks fine. He's got to be top 5, doesn't he? He's still top 5.
Yeah. How's he doing? What's the shakeout after this?
Fikowski's
He's
in
in
third.
I think he's in third.
Yeah.
Was DeLugos planning on going to the games this year? Is that the plan?
I mean, listen, that's always the plan, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty stacked field. I mean, we felt really confident. We still feel confident. He's got 2 workouts tomorrow that are very good for him. And there's no fucking pull-up bar or muscle-up, so that's beautiful. We don't have to worry about the height thing. But yeah, I mean, he'll still be in striking distance of last chance. So right now we just want the season to continue. So we're going to work hard there. And then obviously on the women's side, we got a young buck right now who's in the top 5, who I think is finally getting some due. She's starting to believe, I knew about 6 months ago that she was good enough, but it takes time. She's only 20 and, she's improved so much in a short period of time. And sometimes all it takes is for an athlete to believe, and you've got to be able to convince them that they're good enough to hang. And that workout early this afternoon where she took 3rd in that chipper, I think she believes, and I think she's got a great chance tomorrow. Her best movement are legless rope climbs. She could easily win that event. She hangs in that next event and does well. I think she's got a great chance to punch her ticket, which would be fucking awesome. So.
Oh, sorry. Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah. Wait. Sorry. There's a message. For anyone who needs some naked HD cheap fuck, make sure you check the comments. Okay.
He said, "Oh wow."
So Alex Willis, that's the young lady you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. And how long has she been with you?
She's been with us now right after West Coast last year.
How big is this stable? How many athletes are there at Underdogs Athletics?
We've got like in-house, we've got 12 or so, 15, but listen, man, I look at us, we're still the little engine that could, like our brand is just over a year old. Now I've been coaching for fucking ever, but the brand's just over a year old. And, we've got, what do we have? Like about 9 semifinals, elite semifinals athletes around the world. And we got a bunch of masters and we got some teams and stuff, but we're kind of new and we just, we've got a lot of visibility very quickly because of how well our athletes are doing. But in general, man, we're very popular visibility wise, but we're trying to catch up, to all the monsters, like the Mayhems and the Perumans, and the hard work pays off and stuff.
Oh, stop being humble. Stop.
No, I just
Stop.
mean in general. There's, we're proud of what we've done. It's just, trying to keep up and travel our coaches and do all that shit. It gets challenging, but man, I'm blessed. It's fucking awesome. I love doing this. This is like, it's a labor of love for me, man. Like my favorite thing is game day coaching and, getting the most out of my athletes on game day, having them reach their maximum potential, firing them up. And, it's exciting. We're 2 for 2. Ricky week 1, Danielle week 2. We're trying to go 3 for 3 here, and then I go to Atlas next week, and we got Allie Scuds next week, who I think has a great chance too. So we're trying.
That would be huge for her. I mean, Justin, I want to interrupt you a second. Just sorry, because Taylor and I have been having a little bit of a beef today, and we got Justin Medeiros on the phone to unfuck this beef. Taylor, is there something you wanted to ask Justin? You just can't stop talking about it, so I thought I'd invite Justin on so you could ask him yourself.
What's my question?
About
Phil
your
Soon?
Yeah.
So a lot of guys. This is the Hiller hot take, Justin. The Hiller hot take is
You're gonna pass this shit off on Hiller. Now that Justin's here, you're passing this shit off on Hiller.
That's just
Dude,
Taylor's thing.
I said he couldn't do it. I said he couldn't swim good enough. Do you think, dude, are you worried about Phil? Is he gonna beat you this year at the games?
Me? Dude,
Yeah.
I'm worried about 39 other guys out there, man.
One of those guys is being Phil Toon, isn't it?
For sure.
See?
Dude, you gotta give everybody respect. I mean, I came onto the scene my very first year and I got third. No one had any idea who I am, so like, why couldn't that happen again? I mean, same thing. Brett Mikowski came onto the scene his first year at the games, and I'm pretty sure he got second or third, his first year. So like, you never know who's going to be a contender. There's always someone that does really good that you had no idea, and there's always someone that was supposed to do good that doesn't. So it's kind of gotta watch and figure that out. But
have you ever had did you see what happened to Chandler today? Have you ever had that happen to you in a competition where you go down and medics have to mess with you?
I don't think so. Not that I remember. I think if I don't know what anybody's going through, so I don't want to comment too much on that. But I think you got some serious issues going on if you're getting medical. Like I think it's gonna be pretty hard to continue with competition. Like if you're getting medical help, like going down, helped off the field, I think you're gonna. Especially if you're getting medical help, I think it'd be hard to compete.
Yeah. Have you ever had that, Taylor? Have you ever had any needed medical assistance?
Nope.
Because I was thinking he doesn't, if your car, let's say you're a race car driver and your car breaks down and you get a problem with it, you get to do some laps before the race starts. But when we see Chandler go back out there, he has to be taking analysis in real time, right? They say go. And did you notice he won his heat, but he was also the slowest runner off the go. It's like when you crash your skateboard, at the park and you're laying there and you're kind of taking inventory of all your shit. Are your fingers still there? Is your ankle on straight? How's your head? It's got to be a scary thing.
You asking me?
Anyone. I just wanted to make it an uncomfortable silence. I was just seeing how quiet we could get.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, obviously you're going to be a little bit shaken up, but yeah, I mean, he came back.
Hiller, do you think that Phil Toon has any chance of beating Justin Medeiros at the games this year?
I've said it a couple of times, yeah.
Wow.
And if only because of exactly what Justin just said. You never know, and he's kind of coming out.
You mean
of
like
nowhere.
Justin can get in a plane accident on the way there? What do you mean you never know?
Jesus Christ, that is not what I meant.
Oh.
What I meant is, I mean, he kind of popped onto the scene, and then he did real well last year. And if the trajectory continues, he could totally challenge Justin.
You think he's the number one contender? You think he's knocked down Pat and Brent and all these guys?
I like to say I think he's the number one contender, and as of right now, I'm 2-0 on my picks. So he would just be my overall pick.
What does Justin Collar think?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What's Justin Collar think? And don't let that don't be name biased and shit either. We want honest opinion.
I'm not name biased. Justin Medeiros, who I adore, by the way, is fucking fit. That's all I have to say. I got a chance to watch Justin live and in person, like when we were in the bubble together, and obviously I love Adam, but he's gotten fitter and fitter and fitter. I still think that Justin's the guy to beat. I've watched Phil this weekend. He's very impressive. But we know Justin has been through the gauntlet of games programming for a couple of years and done fantastic. We've seen people crush semifinals, go to the games, and not deal extremely well with games programming. So I think the verdict is still out on someone who would be a rookie. Talking about dethroning a champ, that's some pretty high praise. And listen, obviously everyone's entitled to their opinion, but in my opinion, Justin is the champ, and somebody got to knock him off before I'm going to say that he's not the favorite.
JR,
I would take Justin's opinion over mine, by the way.
JR.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with Justin. I still kind of go back to kind of the old guard that for the past few years now people have been assuming are going to drop off, like Pat in particular. And until someone goes to the games and goes through that many events and proves that they can still hang and finish second multiple years, I still think someone like Pat is the biggest threat.
Me too. I think it's Pat too, actually. I think it's Vellner too. But that could just be proximity because we just had him on the show. Okay, Justin, thank you. I just wanted to squat. I will not tolerate this Medeiros bashing. I mean, you're welcome to stay on, but I would.
All right, nobody was bashing
Okay,
Medeiros.
well, just if you say his name without dropping to a knee, I won't tolerate it on this.
Well, I got space. Here we go. Dropping to a knee.
Justin, you were wild at last week's event with Danielle Brandon. I mean, just the camera would pan to you and you were just wild. And then same with and I thought maybe it was just the Danielle Brandon energy, the DBE. But this week we see the exact same thing from you. You are a calm, collective gentleman. On the 2-hour podcast I do with you, we talk about singing and love and kids. And then out there, you're one of the most vocal. I mean, it's like you're cheering on UFC fighters.
Yeah, I know. I kind of washed myself back and like, oh my God, fucking kook. I don't know, man. It's just I'm passionate about it, and I also think like I don't know any other way. I'm just like it just gets them. Seeing them perform and seeing them do as well as they're doing, and I just get fired up. I don't like to hold back. Honestly, to me, it's just I feel like that's what I feel, and I just let it go. And what you see is what you get, kind of thing. But yeah, it's exciting. I mean, DB was so fucking good last week, and I was so proud of her. She's grown so much as an athlete. Physically, she's always been, in my opinion, just one of the best. But she's now emotionally and mentally, like what she did last week compared to last year at West Coast. If you could see what West Coast was like last year, it was a roller coaster ride of emotions, and she's just gotten so much better.
Justin, your audio is so bad, brother. I don't think we can do you unless you something happened.
All right.
All right.
Good.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know what happened. It just went bad in the last 90 seconds. Tell DeLugos we love him. Thank you.
He's gonna get angry again.
You guys too.
Okay.
Bye,
Ciao.
guys.
Mr. Friend, welcome to the show. Taylor, did I upset you doing that?
No,
Oh, okay.
sorry.
I didn't?
No.
You sure? You
Yeah, I
didn't feel
don't
picked
care.
on or anything? Okay.
No,
I thought it was
I didn't-
funny. I was excited about it, but you didn't. You were just kind of like,
I was excited.
look at Souza.
Sevan,
Look at
Sevan,
Caleb. Look at. Just
I'm
like they
already-
just laughing back there.
I just like you. Nobody saw what I said to Jason's comment. Did you see Jason's comment? You put it up, and nobody saw what I did to it.
I
Oh,
saw
what'd
it.
you do? You drew a penis on it?
I was like, I was doing
Oh,
that
darn it.
because that's what he was doing to Justin.
Mr. Friend, hi.
Hi.
Holy cow. It's a star-studded cast.
he's always walking.
I got like 5 minutes.
Okay, he's always got 5
I understand.
minutes.
You're headed to the bar to
Ask-
meet Danielle. We know.
Ask your question, Sevan. Go.
What are we, Anthony Davis, Colton Mertens, stealing the show, stealing my heart. Can you pull up the leaderboard, Mr. Caleb or Souza? What tell me about these guys. Tell me how surprised you are about Anthony Davis.
How pleasantly surprised I am. And
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
totally different Anthony Davis from last year. And those event finishes today are more impressive than anything else I saw. And he's not like, he told us he's not training to be a pro athlete, but he's totally transformed himself in the last year, and he's able to do things that he wasn't close to being able to do last year. So he was the most impressive person for me today.
It is a heart. Let me see who's in fifth. Can we see 1 through 5? It is a heartwarming story. Look at these people who are in the top 5 here. Scroll back the other way.
It's heartwarming for now, but it's gonna be heartbreaking tomorrow night
Ah, okay. Well, God, I hope
because they can't all get in.
right. They can't all get in.
And I'll tell you this, there are about half these guys in the top 8 that are not safe on that last event.
Wow.
And they know it.
Wow.
I'm looking at a guy like Nick Matthew that no one's been talking about, just lurking and sitting right there. And if these guys struggle on that rope climb event, and he's able to have 2 top 5 finishes tomorrow, he might steal that 5 spot.
Nick Matthews, the only one who ran his ass off on that final sprint. Did you notice that? No one else was like hauling. He went after it.
Hey, his cross across the finish line was violent.
Yes.
I mean, he attacked it.
He wants it. Nick is the man, by the way.
Yeah, no one's talking about him. No one's talking about Sam Quant because there's a lot of people to talk about. I mean, it's hard to focus on everyone, but those guys are sneaking right there. And I know that not everyone's excited to have that rope climb last, and I think those guys might not be too worried about it.
God, it would be so awesome if Sam Quant made it.
Brian, can I ask a question?
Yes, please. Someone other than Sevan.
What do you think is going on with Chandler? Do you have any insight there?
No, I haven't been able to find anything out. I haven't tried too hard because I've been up in the booth, but I thought Chase did it really well in the air. Like, he looked dead and gone after I even said it. I don't know if we're going to see him again. And he comes back and has definitely his best performance of the weekend. And I never understand. You guys, some of you are way better athletes and possibly can explain that, but that surprised me.
He wasn't missing anything on the first couple.
He just looked like, I think to Brian's point, he looked like he had some physical issues on the earlier workout today, the first workout of the day. And I think that's what was concerning Brian the most. And he was shocked to see him come back from that physical.
Yeah. And it wasn't a ton of time. And that what we saw him do in the last event today is kind of like, that's what the kind of Chandler we expect to see, but we hadn't seen it for 4 events.
Hey, there's always this talk about things that might hurt the athletes. The bar being too low, DeLugo's hurting his feet, the rope being too long, the stadium being too hot, blah, 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 blah. Well, what about this? What if the programming was just so damn gnarly, so damn good, and these athletes it was set up so that these athletes were able to push themselves to red line? Because don't forget, it wasn't just Chandler. Paskowski was seriously wounded too. So maybe it was just the layout of the programming that caused that. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
I think if anything, it just looked like Chandler went out a little hot because he was probably frustrated with the first day and he blew up.
But what about Fikowski?
No idea.
Yeah, I don't. If you have that happen to 2 guys, and I'm assuming it happened to more, then I'm going to say it's indicative of the workout and the time cap. JR, Brian wanted to know if you had a question for him, like where he gets his razors or anything like that.
No, I do not have any questions for Brian.
Oh, all right.
All right, Sevan, one more maybe.
Will Colton be going to the CrossFit Games? He is in first place right now with 368 points, and 6th place has 291. He's 77 points, 77 points ahead of the next guy, of the 6th place guy.
These 2 workouts tomorrow are the 2 workouts that I was earmarking for him as being the ones that would be the deciding factors. So I think he's done as good as he possibly could have through these 4 events. I think he will make it. Yes.
It is crazy impressive that our boy from the barn in Iowa has a full-time job diddling pigs. He's going to the CrossFit Games.
It was great. I mean, that's not yet, but I think he's done enough on these 4 workouts that he can do it tomorrow. He said if he finishes top 10 in the morning workout, he'll be happy with that. And then I think if he's able to get a top 10 finish, even if it's 10th, that it'll be fine going into the final. It's been a really impressive 4 workouts, and it was great talking to him today. He's always a pleasure to talk to. He's just a good dude.
He doesn't talk.
Right. He talked to me.
Oh, all right, fine.
Is Anthony Davis going to get in there?
Great
AJ.
question.
No, I don't think so. I think that's okay. I think he'll still be like really, really happy with what he's been able to do this weekend and this year.
I think it goes Phil Toon's going to win, and then AJ is going to take Tim Paulson's spot for number 5.
Oh, you think Tim's going to fall out tomorrow?
Well, I just know how much you like him, and I'm trying to, get you going a little bit.
No, Tim is one of those guys that's eyeballing that last event. Hello, Alfonso. And he knows that that's the one that's going to be the make or break for him. But I think Tim will have a pretty solid event in the morning. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Tim's on the outside looking in by a few points at the end of the day. But he's the kind of the guy that I think could go either way.
I got a question for you, Brian. Doesn't Cindy Mikulishin? I wish you could see that I'm staring right at you, Hiller. Doesn't Cindy Mikulishin and you, Taylor, train with Comp Train?
Yeah.
Isn't she just a remarkable specimen and a remarkable athlete?
Didn't she just melt at the end of the weekend?
Showing tremendous potential.
I thought that 2-3 years ago at Wadapalooza, yeah.
Yeah, you're a good dude.
Who,
All right.
Who was she working with 2 or 3 years ago?
She was working with her local gym up there in rural Canada.
I shouldn't start fights I can't finish. Damn.
That's why we need Brian on the team. Brian needs to be here because he knows everything.
Hey, Brian, can you confirm what kind of sled drag they're doing with the flip sled? Are they using the same attachments they used last year in the interval style event, like a reverse drag with handles, or are they doing like a forward drag?
I think the first thing you said, but I'm only like 90% on that.
Okay.
Are you at the airport? What's up with all the planes?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
The airport's nearby. But I did see Dan Bailey test that workout 2 days ago, and it looked pretty devastating.
He has a tendency to make things look devastating, though.
And he's old.
Whether or not he does really well, they always look devastating. The spit,
it was great seeing you guys.
Yes, great seeing you too, Brian. Thanks for checking in, buddy. You're awesome.
Okay.
You're
Have a good
superstar.
night.
Thank you.
Bye, Brian.
It is too bad James Townsend isn't here.
I'm telling you.
I sent him a link.
It was because AJ beat Marquand, and he doesn't want to face the music twice.
Okay, we'll ask him tomorrow. I think it was Joel. First of all, I want to ask you this question. Sorry for the loaded question. All three of you, let me know. What is a hitch again? It's an early pool? A hitch in the Olympic
JR,
race?
take it, JR. I know you want to.
Generally, when people say there's a hitch, like in the clean or the snatch, there's a point at which the bar is almost stopping and not continuing fluidly.
The most important thing you can do is put your son to sleep. Forget this dumbass show. We're gonna have. Well, you'll be on first thing in the morning with us, James. Love you. And you have the link if he falls asleep. Come in anytime. Sorry, one more time. Sorry, guy. What is a hitch?
I would say it's like the point during a pull, whether it's like the first or second pull, when the bar almost stops moving, and yeah, almost to use the word in the definition, a hitch.
So I can't remember who it was, but I was criticizing someone's clean because it looked like a deadlift and then a hang clean. I can't remember what it was a couple weeks ago. Do you remember on the show? And then you guys were like, "Yeah, that's a hitch."
Yes, I remember you saying that.
Who was that?
Oh, I don't remember the athlete. I do remember you talking about it though.
Okay, I don't want to get James. Turn this part off. I'll bring it up again tomorrow. You don't want to hear
this. It was Mikulishin, I believe.
It was it Mikulishin? Yeah, that needs to be fixed. Well, this is one of the people said, and I'd love to hear James's take on this tomorrow. I'll ask him again. That one of the commentators said, I don't know if it was Joel or Chase, that Mallory used to have a hitch.
She did.
And then when she went to Matt, he fixed it.
He's an Olympic weightlifter, junior Olympian.
I would also say that, did we notice it on the weightlifting? Because it was something that was very apparent when she was lifting heavy, particularly snatching.
That's her clean and snatch.
So and yeah, I didn't pick up on it on the clean, which means it just might be gone because I didn't.
Taylor, did you take OxyContin tonight? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Dude, I'm up and ready to go. I'm up and ready to go. Bro.
It's all right. I was on mushrooms yesterday. Yeah.
No, it's not there on the snatch. At least on the 120-pound snatch, we haven't seen her snatch heavy, and it's definitely not there on the clean complex.
But you think it used to be on there? You think Matt cleaned that up?
I don't think. I know it used to be there.
Okay. JR, do you have
100%
any?
it
Do
was
you
there.
agree? Are you a Mallory?
I really haven't seen her lift a whole lot up until this year.
I was gonna go check her Instagram, then I realized I can't.
You didn't start watching her lifts until she was 18, like a gentleman, JR.
Correct.
No hitch there. Just a little in front though.
Just a little.
And how old? That's 120 weeks ago. Okay, so that's 2 years and 4 months.
The thing that you see there is that horrible lower back position
All right,
by the most dominant female athlete at the Granite Games right now. Just like,
but 2.5 years ago, she's 16 there, right?
yeah,
And it looked like it was close to a max effort too.
looks good there. But it's from the hang, and usually you don't see too much of a hitch from the hang.
Right. That is usually where it gets caught up, right? As it passes through that point.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Second,
I know what you're trying to do there, by the way. You're trying to say Mr. Frazier has fixed her
I am
hitch.
not trying to say. I want to hear what I'm curious, since we have James Townsend as regular.
You know what
show,
I'm
I wanna
surprised you didn't notice is her feeding her whatever he was feeding her at the end of that snatch event.
Well, I actually have it in my notes here that Will Plummer said that she receives a cookie at the finish line from Matt. Here he is.
I'm almost watching these things, and I'm like, I wonder if Sevan's noticing that.
I actually didn't. Will Plummer's like, oh, dude, Matt gave her a cookie as she crossed the finish line. Hey, that's how you treat kids. You give them a cookie. you give them a cookie for anything good they did. Mr. Townsend, hi.
What's up?
I hate to just ambush you like this. It's where we're at in the show. One of the commentators.
No, I was listening.
All right.
That's what he forced himself on to talk about it.
So when I first had her, she had a hitch. Like I said, if you go to my profile, you look at her cleans, she never had a hitch after I fixed it. When we got onto the snatch, fixed it. So, like I said, man, I mean, everybody could go ahead and try to,
change the narrative,
try to, dethrone what I did for her for the whole 2 years. Proof is in the pudding. If you want to look at it, you can look at from 2 years ago, from where she was at to where she is now. So everybody could go ahead and make their own conclusion.
And we did. And we pulled up a video from 120 weeks ago, and no one here said that they saw it. But
yeah. So I mean,
Alex, it's the exact opposite. It's the exact opposite. Shit. Where is it? It's the exact. It's the exact opposite. James got to get off. They're talking about Mal. No, he got to get on because we're talking about Mal. He ran on here. He's a man. He's like, I'm facing this shit.
It is. I mean,
what do you guys think? You saw from 120 weeks ago that it wasn't there. Maybe it comes back just when she's doing certain lifts, fast repetition, heavy lifts. When does a hitch ever come back for an athlete?
I think that the absolute worst thing that they keep on talking about is how Matt Frazier is her coach. I can't stand that they keep on talking about it.
I mean, we all know that, and we get that it is what it is. That's his athlete. That's her coach now.
Yeah.
Why don't you like that? Why don't you like that, Hiller?
Why do they got to keep on bringing it up? I mean, like, why is that the most important thing that you and everyone have to know while they're commentating? The sport?
Know why?
It's like
he's the most dominant athlete he's the most dominant athlete the sport's ever had. It's like what if her dad was Tom Cruise? They'd be saying that too.
I mean, like awesome. I said, when they first announced it, on Morning Chalk Up, may they find success, and I really mean that.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Like, Tudor punching his ticket killed that. So if anybody saw my
sure did.
you saw that video from the what's the movie with Russell Crowe. Yeah, are you not entertained?
Gladiator.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
the
yes.
Gladiator,
That was a great
right?
post.
Gladiator.
Yeah.
So the head chopping scene, that was a reference to what happened in the past is the past. That's over with. So
Done
Are
with
you
it.
not
if
entertained?
anybody ever had their doubts about who I am as a coach and whatever, that it is what it is. That's his athlete now. That's the past. So may they have success, and she's killing it. I knew she was going to do that anyway. I put her on that trajectory to do what she came there to do. So
Yeah, and if I was her, I would want people to know that Matt Fraser was my coach. Anything to help my trajectory to fame, stardom, selling shit, whatever.
there you go. It's a
Oh,
business.
so that's what they're doing.
I don't know what they're doing, but
Look
people
at-
are excited that he's there. People that no, I mean, I don't think he's in cahoots with like the commentators. Okay, I'm done. We'll fight with you on another show. Let's keep going. Unless you want to get the last word, go ahead. You can throw one more punch.
Hell no. Let's talk about the events. We haven't done that yet, have we?
Anna
Event.
Valadares
And
from the women's
and wait.
heat 1 went down at the end of the speed chipper event.
I got my Marquand shirt on. I had to put it on to see if he was going to do something. But
I want to talk about that in a second. But do we know what happened to Anna Valadares from women's heat 1? Did she drop the bar on herself? I should have asked Brian that when he was here. Medics had to come tend to her. Anyone see that? Hear about that?
No, I did not see
I didn't
it.
see it.
Okay.
and
Yeah, let's talk about Anthony Davis.
And I was watching Heat 1. How did I miss that?
I know I missed it too.
What? How are you talking about it? Hey,
Oh, there she is, superstar. What's up, girl?
Everything's good.
Hi. What are you doing up so late? It's 10 o'clock.
getting Twizzlers.
Now I'm getting marshmallows.
Oh. What'd you have to do to earn those?
I just sneaked them.
Well, Dad's doing his stuff. I'm just blown away at Anthony Davis. 24th, and then a first, sixth, and a third. It's a tough crowd he's in. He's supposed to be a one-trick pony.
2017 Open, Sevan.
He wasn't a one-trick pony last year.
How did he do last year? Talk to me.
Facts, Taylor.
He had a lot of good finishes last year. He just had a couple that were really bad for him. And I think he's going to do something similar this year. I think he'll be top 10. I think he'll probably be last chance. I don't know how the last day shakes out for him. It's a lot of running and a lot of endurance, but he's a big dude, so the machines could be good for him. And then it's just a matter of how he can do on the legless.
7 inches shorter than Fikowski, but the same weight.
Seven, I need you to hear this.
Okay.
2017 Open, when it mattered, he finished fifth in the world.
Wow.
Come on,
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
Did you guys know that?
No,
I've been waiting for Anthony Davis, AJ. He goes by AJ, to do some stuff like this, and he's doing it. It's not a surprise.
Well, yeah, it's not a surprise. Let's see where he's at the end of the weekend. I think same thing. He's extremely fit. He just has two things that hold him
Here's
back.
that thing that you and all these people do is they're like, oh, we'll see how he does at the end of it, and then I'll make my claim to fame. Like he's gonna fucking do it. He's the man.
You think he's qualified?
I agree with Taylor. Taylor, we here. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, let's see how it does.
What were you going to say, though? You were going to say something about him before I interrupted and said he's 5'9".
No, I mean, are we surprised that he's doing good because he's a bigger dude? Like, have there been a CrossFitter his size that made it over to the games before or bigger?
I don't think not 5'9".
He is thick as fuck.
And he did 72 chest to bar pull-ups and still just hammered that workout with some of the greatest living CrossFitters alive. I mean, the thing is he's great, but he's messing with Titans here, and he's beating them. He's putting them down. I mean, it's nuts.
His biggest weakness is the handstand, and it's over with.
How did he do on that? What happened? Did he fall or he was just slow?
He didn't fall. He was just taking it nice and easy. And nice and easy for him was a great finish, which was 24. It was 4 minutes, which for him is quick because 2018, where they had the deadlift and handstand walk repeat workout, it took him quite a bit down the leaderboard, but he would have had another good finish that year as well. I think it was 18.4. They repeated it.
Does he?
Go ahead.
I was going to ask, do we have any legless workouts from him on the books? Like any workouts? with
That's
like
actually what I was clicking around looking for right now.
There was last year's Granite Games workout, but that was only 3 legless, and they were kind of. I don't want to say they were relevant. They were kind of irrelevant.
What's going through Marquand's mind right now? He's got 200 points, 204 points, sitting in 14th place. I mean, bad shit has to happen for him to get into the top 5 now. Does he still go as hard as he can on 5 and 6? Do these guys in the bottom still just give it all they got?
I mean, what's the point spread from 8 to 14?
From 8. Good. Okay. 82
22
points.
I mean, you still gotta, you still gotta finish.
And we did see in one of the weeks in the final event, there was a 70-point change between a couple of the athletes, and he has 2 workouts to do it in. And I wonder what he thinks about these next 2 workouts. And same with Chandler Smith. He's not in too much of a better position. I mean, he only has 24 more points than Marquand.
I mean, I guess he could pick up, maybe 196 points on a rope climb and make something up here on workout 5. I mean, just got to finish,
Did you guys watch Colton Merton's post win interview?
Yes.
Were you surprised? He said, I took risks and was reckless. I didn't see that in his workout. I was shocked to hear him say that.
You don't think that the 36 unbroken pull-ups were reckless and maybe a risk?
I don't know. You tell me. I seriously don't know, because I was just focusing on the snatches, and he seemed to be really pacing them.
Yeah, I don't know. They said on the broadcast that he said going into it, his plan was unbroken pull-up. So maybe that second set, the plan was to break once, but he looked strong the whole way through it, and he didn't look too blown up when he got to the snatches.
I think that was his risk, and I think he said that just because no one else in the field did the chest to bars unbroken, and so in his mind, he was taking a gamble on that. It paid off.
I didn't see any squat snatches.
I saw one at the back end of female event 2. Sorry, heat 2. The final one by Emily Rolfe, I believe, was a squat snatch.
That's right. Yeah, it was really close.
Hiller's petition has more signatures. If you haven't signed the petition yet, go over there. Sign it, please. Just leave this podcast. We're going to be
hilarious.
Here. Yeah, go over and sign that shit.
421 we're at right now.
Yeah, go over there.
424, even
please
better.
Go. Oh my goodness, we're going to get to 500. Yay.
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 Hoorah.
Yeah, go over there, sign that shit. Try to cancel our boy Chase.
Good luck.
Chandler's last reps. Chandler's were not. They were low powers.
Oh, you're referencing the something in the comments?
Yeah, somebody saying Chandler's last reps were all squat. They looked like low powers to me.
When you read the question, it takes up more time and it burns more time in the show. I like it. There was a guy out there. And the commentator said this dude models himself after Conor McGregor and his hair matches his shorts. I don't know who that is, but they showed him, and I just like him now because he models himself after Conor McGregor. Just speaking of reckless. Oh, it's this guy, right? Leonel Franco.
Yep.
Okay. And his hair did match his shorts. That was some Danielle Brandon stuff. Danielle Brandon had like half her eyebrow matching her hair, matching her shorts.
But
Go ahead. You don't like that?
I don't like the Conor McGregor thing unless you're the best in the world.
Well, you got to start. I mean, you got to start somewhere, right? I mean, he's working his way up. He's 20.
Conor McGregor's still Conor McGregor, but he's not the best in the world anymore, right?
No. Yeah, that's a horrible picture of him.
But he's proven. Yeah, he looks like a, go back.
Yeah, he's a pooping dog.
He looks like a pooping dog, man. That's my favorite front squat position. He looks like a pooping dog.
JR, you watch Anthony Davis come out and do 6 unbroken snatches. Be honest, do you think dumbass or genius?
Neither. I think that's just his capacity. Well, what we saw really late in the workout was there wasn't a whole lot of separation on the back half of snatches. It was all the back half of chest to bar. So there wasn't much change from the time people got to the snatches from when they got off the second set of snatches. Colton had a 3-snatch lead on Travis Mayer and I think maybe Anthony Davis going into the last 16, and he finished 2 reps ahead. So you just didn't see a whole lot of ground being made up after the second set of chest to bar.
And well, before we go there, I want to ask James the exact same thing. James, what did you think? Did that make you nervous when you saw Anthony Davis do that?
Yes and no, but by him being an Olympic weightlifter, I'm pretty sure he's very confident in his barbell movements. So
Taylor, smart. You think it paid off? You think that was? I mean, he did great. He finished third in the event. You think that was a good opening move for him?
I probably think it was just similar to what Colton did. He capitalized on what was best for him. He
Right.
moves the bar really well, so he's just going to snatch a little bit quicker. And Colton was great on the chest to bar, so he made his time there.
Mr. Hiller, couldn't he saved his energy? Couldn't he just done onesies really fast, followed the bar down, done onesies the first round, and then maybe string some of those together at the end, or no? Okay, perfect. That's exactly how I like you.
You did.
You're muted.
Who muted me? You did it.
I did not. I didn't.
You totally did it. The host.
Tell me, what do you think? You think that like, I mean, could he have taken second? Could he have taken first? Was there a different plan he could have used?
I bet if Rich Froning were his coach, he would go faster on the back than he would have at the front.
True? Really? You know that about? That's the Mayhem way?
That's how Rich always moved. That's how his team moves. They're always better on the back half.
Interesting. Okay, good.
When they were doing singles, the barbell was bouncing pretty high and like all over the place.
A lot.
So
I saw him fly into poor Travis once.
Yeah.
Poor Travis. By the way, James, I told you to pick Travis. Remember?
Yeah, you did.
Like,
yeah.
I said it was a bad choice.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, AJ's probably gonna win, and if he does it, you should pick Travis. And we would have both been wrong because Colton came out with it.
I picked Phil Toon on that, and
going back, I don't know if it was James who said it, but Colton got to the second bar, the final set of snatches first, and the commentators said, "Wow, Colton's taken a huge break," and then 3 seconds later they said, "Oh, everyone's basically taken a huge break." And at that point, that gets to your point. There was no passing, and as long as everyone stayed steady there, no one was passing anyone. Right? They were all fighting to just hang on at that point.
Right.
James said it. That bar looked heavier for the guys than it did for the girls.
Are we happy with the weights now that we've seen it?
James is happy.
Still, 5 more for each of them. 5 more pounds for each of them.
I mean, workout 3 just killed them. I just think everybody didn't have any juice left after workout 3, man. I mean, Quan came out running fast, and I was like, okay, he took my text messages pretty serious. And then when I saw him bending over and had his hands on his head, I was like, all right, yeah, that workout got to him. Yeah.
I feel like I hear the space shuttle taking off. Do you guys hear that? Oh,
I have juice to spare. Let's go.
That's right.
Fresh as a daisy.
Can we pull up tomorrow? Oh, let's go over to the girls. Let's go over to the ladies real quick. Make sure I didn't miss anything there. Super impressed with Danny Spiegel. Crazy. As impressed as I am with kind of Anthony Davis. I want to hate on her. I can't. She's just kicking ass. Second, first, fifth, second.
Yeah, she's doing her thing.
Yeah. Can anyone say anything? Like, does anyone want to take a dig at her other than she's just a savage and a beast? And did you expect this from her? Once again, the 72 chest to bar pull-ups, the snatches,
I didn't expect her second after day 2. I thought she'd be a little bit lower. I thought Amanda Barnhart would be doing a little better, and definitely thought Amanda Barnhart would be ahead.
The field just doesn't look very strong. We said that before, that the female side didn't look as strong as the male side, and
nowhere near.
It's sure looking that way.
Absolutely.
I'd like to propose this to you too. In the top 10 there, the best runner is Emily Rolfe. And what we saw there for her is she turned that into a running workout, meaning she ran the fastest, but she also got the most rest while she was running. Thoughts on that, JR?
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. And she was still able to come back to the bar and do 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, I think. So she did the last 32 chest to bar in 5 sets and still finished third.
How do you know that?
It was not in the final heat.
How do you know that?
I just watched it.
You weirdo.
Yeah.
You
my
weirdo.
God. Thoughts on Emily Rolfe, and what's it say about running, Taylor, as a fellow runner? What's it say about running?
What does her finish say about running?
Yeah, just about good runners.
You're fitter.
I've always had this thing about, like, I think I was watching the female event at the CrossFit Games with the toes to bar and the running, and I remember watching them all run to the finish line, and the ones who were doing well and ended up doing well overall at the CrossFit Games appeared to be athletic runners.
Mhm.
And you can see it very much in this event as well, that the females, the ones who were doing better, who are also athletic looking while they ran, the ones who didn't, they kind of like shuffled around, had no idea what they looked like they were doing. And do you guys see that as well, or is that just me?
No, I see it.
Definitely see it.
I mean, I think you also brought it up with Danielle Brandon at the last event, where she looked like she was light on her feet as she ran, just like she knew what she was doing.
Especially compared to Sydney Mikulishin. I mean, she runs like she's made
a
of steel.
steamroller.
Yeah, like the Tin Man.
Mhm.
Everybody wants me to talk about Danny Spiegel. I love the comments.
Hey, she killed it. There's nothing to say. She's a savage. She's going.
She killed everything, including the imaginary wall balls, the ones that we couldn't see. We talked about that earlier, though, didn't we? Didn't we talk about that earlier?
I don't remember, but she's a complete savage. Hey, who's Fee Sagafi's coach?
She was at Panchik's gym for a while, but now I think she's was she with
Matt
Brute?
Torres? Yeah, Matt Torres.
Yeah, she's at Brute.
Yeah.
Did she move to Florida?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I interviewed her, I don't know, a year ago. And I don't know if it's just because she's working out, but she looks like she looked like she got thick. When I interviewed her, she did not look like a girl who could do the complex with 200 pounds. And now she's holding her own doing that. She took 5th with all those snatches at 120.
She was my call to squat snatch them, and she did not end up squat snatching them, which was impressive because she is a smaller athlete. But it says 135, so she's bigger than Tia Toomey.
No. I think Fee Sagafi really is 135. I think Tia is 140. Here's the thing to push my Emily Rolfe narrative a little bit more. The importance of just being a good runner. Amanda Barnhart is, I'm guessing, let's say, is better than her at the snatches. Right?
Amanda Barnhart, yes.
Yeah, and maybe even better at the pull-ups.
No.
Not better than Fee.
But that whole workout.
No. I'm not saying Fee. I'm saying I'm comparing Amanda and Emily Rolfe.
Remember when you didn't ask me about like the my take on the workout? Like, hey, how would you have your athletes do it, Hiller? And I was like, fine, don't ask me, Sevan, don't do it. The whole workout was 32 snatches for time. Whoever was the best at doing 32 snatches while being able to manage the chest of our pull-ups was going to win that workout.
Well, that's my point. I think Emily Rolfe turned it into a running workout because she's a runner.
And then people are going to say, but Colton won. And Colton's a great snatcher.
Well, you can turn it into whatever you want if you're a smart athlete.
Is he a great? Well, what was his snatch at Granite Games last year? I don't think he's a great snatcher.
He's a great 175 snatcher. If you asked him to go do Isabel at 175, I bet he'd beat everybody, with the exception of Davis.
Hey, but he earned that right though. That's not an easy snatch for a dude who's 5'4", man. He earned that.
No, he's a good snatcher. He works real hard at it. We've seen him cycle the barbell. He's a monster at barbell cycling at the moderately heavy weights. When they get heavy on a snatch, they kind of catch up to him a bit.
Oh shit! Colton just texted me. He's going to comp train next week.
He was a good snatcher.
That's bad.
He had a 335 complex this year. That'll be 315 next year.
Can you pull up the women's the leaderboard, and can we see like the top 8? I want to ask all these guys a question here. Is there any way to see that all eight at the same time? No, darn it. Oh yeah, go ahead, make it smaller, even smaller. Okay. Yeah, you need your glasses out, James.
That's Fee at 8, right?
Yeah, Fee. So we got who's gonna who Who is there anyone below this mark that you think is going to be in the top 5? Scroll down just for 1 second. Show us the 8 through 16 just for a second. You got Fee Sagafi, Caroline Stanley, Kylia, Chelsea, Jess, Chloe, Carano, Carissa Stapp, Ashley Shoemaker, Sydney Wells. So I'm going to scroll back. Who do you think is going to be in this top 5 after tomorrow? Go ahead. You first, Mr. Townsend.
I got Mal, I got Danny, got Amanda, Alexis Willis, and Emily Roth.
Yep, that's who I got too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have Roth winning the legless rope climb workout.
You don't think the ropes are going to stop her?
No.
How much? She's 152 pounds. Okay. She looks heavier. She looks tall.
Tall, yep.
How come she's in centimeters and pounds?
Canadian.
Oh, okay. JR, he had Mal, Danny, Amanda, Alexis Willis, and Emily Rolfe. So do I. Who do you got for your top 5?
Yeah, I like that same 5, but I think Amanda and Danny switch at least. Danny possibly drop into 4. And based on what Justin said, Kotler said, I think Alex Willis may win the legless workout.
Oh. Man, it's so hard to bet against Mallory.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you?
I don't know. Because you got money to waste. Mr. Self, who are your top 5?
Roughly the same. Although I think, I don't think anyone. I don't really know much about Chloe Wilson, but I don't think anyone other than Rolfe or Willis are going to move up and to push anyone else out.
Here's an interesting comment. We'll address that as soon as Hiller tells us our top 5. Let's come back to that. Hiller, did you go yet? Did I ask you? I can't even remember.
Yeah, I went. I was the first one to go.
Oh, you did? No, James was the first to go.
Then I was the second.
No, I was second.
All right. It was. I think it's gonna go Mal, Amanda, then Emily Rolfe, Danny Spiegel, Chloe Wilson.
Wow, Chloe Wilson, not Alex Willis.
Chloe Wilson's a monster.
Okay.
And a firefighter. She's gonna go up and down the rope like a motherfucker.
Dale Van Wagner. Seems like a smart thing he's saying here. This guy's proven. Mr. Smith has proven to be good at the online stuff. Last chance qualifier.
True.
We don't care, but it's something that maybe he should hold on to so he doesn't cry himself to sleep.
2020 games was his best finish. Can we check that real quick?
Yeah,
you guys might not be. You guys might not be allowed on shows past your bedtime anymore.
Yeah, he finished 6th. He also had, I think, a 19th or an 18th Worldwide Open finish in 2019.
Do you have that up, or did you just know that off the top of your head? That was good.
I just know that off the top of my head.
Boy.
That's when the Open mattered.
Yeah, 2019.
The Open really mattered that year.
It was one of several things that mattered. Yeah, if you were top 20, you automatically qualified to the games that year. Can you look at 2019 Open? See if I'm right.
Oh shit!
I can't wait for the Open to matter again.
Will it ever?
It doesn't matter.
That's the goal. It does matter. This matters.
What do we got? Oh, I was way off.
Wait a minute. This is the wrong year. This is 19, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I said. 2019. I thought he was top 20.
Oh, no. So AJ was better then. The one year he was better.
We need like background music, like imminent doom. Every time you guys talk, I think that the show should just end.
Don't worry, I got it.
Okay, good. Hey, will you pull up tomorrow's first workout before Taylor passes out?
Shut up.
Thank you.
It's actually pretty nice.
You're gonna get us another ding. Okay, so I don't know what time does this start tomorrow? Can someone tell me? I don't have my schedule with me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
So tomorrow the first
starts,
workout. Thank you, Taylor.
Grade 3 starts 11:05 Pacific Standard Time, so it would be 1:05 Central. in
Okay.
Minneapolis.
So at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 50-yard sled push, 30 lane facing burpees, 50-yard sled push. What are the sticking points? And it goes on, and it's got a 24-minute time cap. What are the sticking points, JR, for Colton Mertens? Is this sled the end of the small man?
Probably not the sled, but like the speed chipper and also like the standard chipper, probably the back half is going to be the sticking point for most people, the bike into the run.
If Phil Toon somehow beats Fikowski on this one as well, oh, you guys are all in trouble.
I'll bring Justin back on. You better watch your mouth.
I'll double down. I'll tell him to his face that he better watch out.
Mr. Olson, you're the kindest Mr. Olson I've ever met. Thank you for constantly supporting the show. Love you, dude. Seriously. Insane. Thank you.
Is that no one's dead?
Mr. Townsend, who wins this, Phil Toon or Brent Fikowski?
Fikowski.
Yeah. By
Yeah.
a lot. Is Toon still on the bar facing or the lane facing burpees and Fikowski's finishing up the sled drag?
Yeah. I could see that. I could see Phil Toon getting into the sled while Fikowski's finishing up. But
we have a bidding war. Who will sleep with me tonight, Sarah Cox or Mr. Olson?
Who made this meme? Oh my god! Can we pull that meme up? That is awesome.
Why Fikowski? Just because you're not sure and you're going to go with Old Faithful?
Well, I mean, he's pretty proven in these type of workouts. You know, anything that's aerobic. You know, he's just good. I can remember watching him in. You guys remember the OC Throwdown?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. In 2015, that's when he first came on the scene, and you know, and Kenny Leverage was a good friend of mine. Well, still is a good friend of mine, and he just blew Kenny out of the water. And we were like, "Who is this guy?" And you know, he had the engine and everything, and that's my pick. So another $10 on the line. Another $10 on. Another $10
You just woke Hiller
on this one.
Hiller's eyebrows were going to sleep. You just woke Hiller up.
Yeah, he's picking Fikowski on the Fikowskiest workout I've ever seen in my whole life, and giving me the field.
Dude, it's your boy Phil Toon. He's unbeatable. Hey,
I'll
can you
take
put the
Phil
workout
Toon.
back up?
Yeah, I'll put $10 on 2. I'm up 20, so we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what Pat said earlier though makes sense. Is that last chipper was so shoulder intensive and so much shoulder endurance, and historically that's one of Brent's weaker points, or at least something that he's worked a lot on. And it seems like historically that's one of Phil's strengths.
Oh my god,
Taylor,
continues.
Oh my Olson, I'm putting on clean sheets. Taylor, this is. I kind of feel like this is a make or break for Anthony. This workout, because I think he is going to struggle. But I've been wrong about everything I said about him.
He's going to totally dominate this workout. I should actually take him over Phil.
Taylor, how is Anthony Davis going to do what he needs to do in these next 2 workouts to push Tim Paulson out?
On the next 2, I don't think so.
No, there's only 2 workouts left, and then it's over.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing enough to push Tim out on either of those.
How about Travis Mayer?
No, I don't. I think Travis is even less likely.
How about Brent Fikowski?
Even less likely.
Oh shit, it's not looking good. So you don't think Anthony Davis? Okay. So Hiller, talk to him. Talk to Taylor. You want to take a bet with him? What's going on? Why isn't Taylor? Why doesn't Taylor understand that Anthony Davis is going to dominate this?
Taylor just doesn't like Anthony Davis.
That's not true. I like Anthony Davis.
That's not what you said earlier.
Wow.
No, he's a nice guy. He's a great dude. I just am.
He probably sucks at swimming, and Taylor judges all those.
And can you imagine him pushing that sled?
Can you imagine him running 2,000 meters?
Do you remember him in that running workout at the Granite Games last year, first event? He's a good runner.
That wasn't a running workout.
It was. It ended up being a running workout.
No,
that's why he beat everybody. He was running better than everybody.
Okay, JR, will you settle this dispute? How's Anthony Davis going to do? Is he going to beat any of these guys above him?
Ooh.
You better not say Colton.
It's just really tough because Tim Paulson and Travis Mayer Fikowski, they're all monsters at the exact same things.
but I think Tim Paulson struggles on the legless.
Concurred. Agreed.
We're waiting for JR.
I'm waiting for JR.
No, I
too.
was just letting them go.
Tell me, Anthony Davis or not? Are these guys right? Do these two know what they're talking about?
I don't think he's pushing the top 5 out.
James Townsend.
No.
Oh my goodness.
He's a good dude. Anthony Davis is a great dude.
And
Do we
you're
know
saying it's
the-
all in the run. You're saying the run and the burpees, he's toast.
I think the workout is the run, echo bike run.
Yes.
And then how can you push the other 3 movements after going fast on those?
Yep.
Can we assume that the run is just like around the field in circular fashion and not on a runner? And then also, can we assume what the sled weight is? Do we know any of that? Because that's going to matter.
Yeah, but if it doesn't matter how heavy that sled is. Do you think he's pushing Travis Mayer with his big ass fucking legs? Brent Fikowski is definitely strong on a sled, and Tim Paulson.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious what kind of run it is, and also too, if they're doing a true reverse drag, you can just put your body weight into it, and it's a lot easier leaning back and just driving. Now, I don't know how it's going to feel going into the 30 burpees. Maybe that's a place where some people can make up time, but I don't think the 30 burpees are going to matter that much on the back half.
All right. Should be interesting. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Is there anything else we want to add? Taylor, I'll be over in 5 minutes to tuck you in. Just leave the door unlocked.
Sweet.
Hiller, good luck working on videos tonight. Do a line of math and get back to work. JR, you're a good dude. Love you, buddy. James, sorry for sending you the link late, and thanks for letting your daughter come on and say hi, brother.
No, you good. Thank you.
In case unless anything weird happens, you'll see the same 5 of us and an all-star cast of surprise guests tomorrow. It'll be sometime after 11:15 a.m. I don't know. Caleb will be putting up the schedule soon on YouTube. Love you guys. It's been a blast. I can't wait till this